You don't belong here anymore. My sister Emma said those words while standing in front of me at Thanksgiving dinner. Everyone else just kept eating like nothing happened. I brought pies I made myself. Special ones because I knew what everyone liked. But Emma wouldn't even let me sit down. She looked at me like I was dirt on her fancy carpet. My mom turned her back. My dad pretended his phone was more interesting. I picked up my pies and walked to my car. That night I did something that would change everything. I pressed one button on my computer. And by Christmas morning, Emma was calling me over and over. Let me tell you about my family. When I was little, Thanksgiving was my favorite time of year. The smell of turkey cooking. The sound of leaves crunching when we played outside. The way Grandma would sneak me extra cookies when no one was looking. Everything felt warm and safe back then. But things changed as I got older. Really changed. I became the person everyone called when they needed something. My sister Emma got married to a guy named Rick. They had 3 kids fast. Really fast. Then the problems started. They never had enough money. The lights got turned off. The car broke down. Kids needed new shoes. Every single time my phone would ring. And every single time I said yes. I helped pay for groceries. I covered their electric bills. When they almost lost their house, I gave them money for that too. My parents smiled and said I was such a good person. But inside something felt wrong. The helping never stopped. Just got bigger and bigger. School supplies for the kids. New clothes every season. Doctor visits when someone got sick. Birthday parties with expensive cakes. Summer camp so the kids could have fun. I paid for all of it. My sister never said thank you anymore. She just expected it. Like I was a magic money machine that never ran out. My parents thought it was normal. You make good money, my mom would say. Emma has 3 kids to feed. My dad would just nod and change the subject. Nobody ever asked if I was okay. Nobody wondered if I had my own bills. I worked really hard at my job. Long hours. Tough days. But most of my money went straight to Emma's family. I told myself it was the right thing to do. I told myself family helps family. But deep down I felt empty. Like a piggy bank that gets shaken until nothing's left inside. This year I decided to try harder. I wanted everyone to be happy together. I bought special gifts for Emma's kids. Toys they really wanted. I spent weeks looking for the perfect things. I even got new decorations because Emma complained about her old ones. I baked 3 different kinds of cookies. I wrapped everything with pretty paper and bows. The night before Thanksgiving I felt excited. Maybe this year would be different. Maybe they would finally see how much I cared. I put on my nicest dress and drove to Emma's house with all the gifts in my car. When I got there, cars filled the driveway. I could hear laughing inside. I knocked on the door with a big smile. Emma opened it. But she didn't smile back. She just stood there blocking the doorway with her arms crossed. "What are you doing here?" Emma asked. Her voice sounded cold. "Yes." I held up the bags of presents. "I brought gifts for everyone. And the cookies you like." She didn't move. "We didn't invite you." The words hit me like a punch. "What do you mean? It's Thanksgiving. We always spend it together." Emma laughed. Not a nice laugh. Mean one. "This dinner is for successful people. People who matter. Not for losers like you." I couldn't breathe. Behind her, I saw my parents sitting at the table. My mom looked away. My dad stared at his plate. Nobody said anything to defend me. Rick, Emma's husband, walked up behind her. "You heard her. Go home." I stood there holding those stupid bags. The presents felt heavy now, like rocks pulling me down. "But I helped you. I've always helped you." Emma rolled her eyes. "Yeah, and that's your job. You're the helper. We're the ones who matter." She shut the door in my face. I walked back to my car slowly. My legs felt shaky. Inside, everyone was laughing again. Like nothing happened. Like I didn't even exist. I put the presents in my trunk and sat in the driver's seat. My hands were shaking. Not from being sad. From something else. Something new. I drove home in the dark. The streets were empty. Everyone else was inside with their families, being happy, being wanted. When I got to my apartment, I put the presents in my closet. I couldn't look at them. Each one reminded me how stupid I'd been. I made tea and sat at my kitchen table. That's when I saw my laptop. I opened it and looked at my bank account. There they were. All the automatic payments. Every single one going to Emma. Rent help. Grocery money. Kid stuff. Bill payments. The list went on and on. Counted it up. So much money. Years of money. All gone to people who just called me a loser. I stared at that screen for a long time. The numbers blurred. Then something inside me clicked. Like a door closing. Or maybe opening. I started clicking buttons. Cancel payment. Cancel payment. Cancel payment. Every single automatic transfer to Emma's account. One by one I watched them disappear. Took me 10 minutes to undo 4 years of helping. My hand stayed steady the whole time. When I finished I felt different. Lighter. Like someone took a heavy backpack off my shoulders. I made more tea and walked to my window. Outside, tiny snowflakes were starting to fall. The first snow of winter. Everything looked clean and new. I thought about Emma's face at the door. How mean she looked. How everyone just watched her be cruel. And I smiled. Not a happy smile. Different kind. The kind that means you finally understand something important. That night, I slept better than I had in months. No bad dreams. No worrying about bills that weren't mine. When I woke up, sunshine came through my window. Bright and warm. I made breakfast and ate slowly. Really tasting my food for the first time in forever. Then I checked my phone. 5 missed calls from Emma. 7 text messages. I read them while drinking my coffee. Hey, where's this month's rent money? The payment didn't go through. Fix it. Hello. Are you ignoring me? This isn't funny. I need that money today. Answer your phone right now. The last message was from my mom. Your sister needs help. Call her back. I put my phone down and finished my coffee. Then I texted Emma one word. No. My phone started ringing immediately. Emma's name flashed on the screen. I watched it ring and ring until it stopped. Then it started again. I turned my phone off and went for a walk. The next few days were quiet. Peaceful even. I went to work and actually enjoyed it. I cooked meals I wanted to eat. I watched movies without checking my phone every 5 minutes. On the 3rd day I turned my phone back on. 42 messages. 12 voicemails. All from Emma or my parents. The messages changed as I read them. First confused. Then demanding. Then angry. Finally desperate. What's wrong with you? The landlord is calling me. You can't just abandon family. We need you. That last one made me laugh out loud. They needed me. Not wanted me. Needed me. Like I was a tool. Something useful you keep in a drawer until you need it. I deleted every message without responding. That evening, Emma showed up at my workplace. She marched right into the building during my shift. My coworkers stared as she stormed toward my desk. We need to talk, she hissed. Her face was red. Her hair messy. I stood up calmly. Not here. Outside. We walked to the parking lot. Cold wind blew around us. Emma spun around and pointed her finger at me. What do you think you're doing? You can't just stop helping us. I crossed my arms. Yes, I can. The kids need things. We have bills. You have a husband. He has a job. Figure it out. Her mouth dropped open. You're being selfish. After everything we've done for you. I almost laughed. What exactly have you done for me, Emma? She stuttered. We invited you to holidays. We included you. You called me a loser and slammed a door in my face. I was just joking. You're too sensitive. I shook my head. No, you meant it. And I'm done pretending you didn't. He changed tactics. Her voice got softer. Fake sweet. Please. The kids are asking about you. They miss you. Then you should have thought about that before. I turned and walked away. She shouted after me, but I didn't look back. My car felt warm and safe. like a shell protecting me. A week passed. Then two. My phone kept buzzing, but less and less. I started doing things I'd always wanted to do. I joined a painting class, took myself to nice restaurants, bought new books and actually read them. One Saturday morning, someone knocked on my apartment door. Loud and urgent. I looked through the peephole. Vic, Emma's husband. I almost didn't open it, but curiosity won. I cracked the door open with the chain still on. "What do you want?" Rick looked terrible. Tired eyes. Wrinkled clothes. "Please. Can we talk?" Something in his voice made me undo the chain. He came inside and stood awkwardly in my living room. "Emma doesn't know I'm here," he said quietly. "She'd be furious." "Then why are you here?" He sat down on my couch without being invited. "Because everything is falling apart. The landlord gave us an eviction notice. The power got shut off yesterday. Emma won't stop crying." I felt a tiny bit of sympathy. Just a tiny bit. "That's not my problem anymore, Rick." He looked up at me with wet eyes. "I know what she said to you. Thanksgiving was horrible. I told her it was wrong. But you didn't stop her." "I know." He put his head in his hands. "I'm so sorry. You've been so good to us." "Oh, good. And we took advantage." Finally, someone said it out loud. "Why did you let it happen?" I asked. Rick took a deep breath. "Because it was easy. Free money. No questions asked. Emma kept saying you owed us because you didn't have kids. That you had extra to share. I don't owe anyone anything. I know that now." He stood up. "There's something else you should know. Emma's been lying to you. About a lot." My stomach dropped. "What do you mean?" Rick pulled out his phone and showed me pictures. Bank statements. Receipts. "Remember when she said the kids needed braces? She used that money for vacation. And the car repair. She bought designer purses. I found them hidden in her closet." Felt sick. All that money. All those lies. "Why are you telling me this?" I asked. Rick's voice shook. "Because I'm leaving her. I talked to a lawyer yesterday. I'm filing for divorce." The room felt very still. "The kids deserve better than this," he continued. "Emma's become someone I don't recognize. Entitled. She even yells at the kids now when things don't go her way." I sat down across from him. "What about you? Did you spend my money on things too?" He nodded slowly. Yeah. I'm not innocent. But I want to make it right. I got a second job. I'm going to pay you back. Every penny. It might take years, but I will." I studied his face. He looked sincere. Broken but sincere. "Where will you and the kids go?" "My parents' house. It's small but it's safe. The kids will adjust." He nodded. "Okay." Rick looked surprised. "Okay what?" "Okay, I believe you. About paying me back. But I need something from you first." "Anything." I grabbed a notebook and pen. "Write down every lie Emma told me. Every single one. With dates if you remember them." Rick spent an hour writing. Pages and pages of lies. My hands shook as I read them. The braces that never happened. The school fees for programs the kids never joined. The medical bills for appointments that didn't exist. She'd stolen thousands. Maybe tens of thousands. When Rick left, he looked lighter. "Thank you," he said at the door. "For what?" "For listening. For not making me feel worse than I already do." After he left, I sat with those papers for a long time. Emma had used me. Completely used me. And I'd let her because I wanted to be loved. That's the sad truth. I gave money hoping it would turn into love. But you can't buy love. You can only rent it. And the price keeps going up. That night my mom called. Answered. "Your sister is devastated," Mom said. "No hello. No how are you?" Just blame. "Good," I replied. "Excuse me." I said good. She should be devastated. She's a liar and a thief. Gasped. "How dare you speak about your sister that way?" "How dare I?" My voice got louder. "How dare she? How dare you? You all watched her treat me like garbage and said nothing. That's not fair, Mom said weakly. You know what's not fair. Working hard and giving everything to people who think I'm a loser. She didn't mean that. Yes, she did. And you know what? I'm done. With her. With you. With all of it. You can't just abandon your family. Watch me. Hung up. My heart pounded. I'd never talked to my mom like that. Ever. But it felt good. Really good. Like finally telling the truth after years of swallowing it down. I blocked Emma's number. Then my mom's. Then my dad's. One by one, I cut the strings that had been pulling me down. My apartment felt bigger somehow. Like there was more room to breathe. The next morning, I woke up without that heavy feeling in my chest. The one I'd carried for years. It was gone. Days turned into weeks. January came and went. I started therapy. My therapist, Dr. Sarah, helped me understand something important. You weren't helping them, she said during one session. You were trying to earn something that should be free. What do you mean? Love. Family should love you just because you exist. Not because you're useful. That hit hard. I cried in her office. Big ugly tears. But after I felt cleaner. Like washing dirt off my skin. February brought changes. Rick called to update me. He and the kids moved to his parents' house. They were doing okay. Emma was staying with a friend. The divorce was moving forward. She's telling everyone you destroyed her life, Rick said. Let her. Aren't you worried about your reputation? Thought about it. No. The people who matter know the truth. The ones who believe her lies weren't really my friends anyway. Rick laughed. You've changed. Yeah, I smiled. I have. One Saturday I went to the grocery store. In the frozen food aisle I saw my dad. He was alone, pushing a cart slowly. Eyes met. He looked old suddenly. Tired. Hi, sweetie, he said quietly. He nodded. Dad, your mother misses you. Does she? Or does she miss what I provided? He winced. That's not fair. It's completely fair. We stood there awkwardly. Other shoppers moved around us. Finally, Dad spoke. Emma's moving back home with us. She lost her apartment. I heard. We could use some help with expenses. Having her and the kids will be expensive. I couldn't believe it. Even now. Even after everything. No. No. I'm not your backup plan. I'm not Emma's safety net. You all made your choice at Thanksgiving. Live with it. I walked away, leaving my dad standing there. My hands weren't even shaking. Felt strong. Solid. Like I was made of something stronger than before. March arrived with warmer weather. Flowers started blooming in the park near my apartment. I'd walk there after work, watching kids play on the swings. One evening I got a text from an unknown number. This is Kelly, Rick's sister. Can we talk? I remembered Kelly. She'd always been nice at family gatherings. Sure, I replied. We met at a coffee shop. Kelly looked nervous. I wanted to apologize, she said. For what? For not speaking up. I saw how Emma treated you. How your parents let it happen. I should have said something. I sipped my coffee. Why didn't you? Honestly. I was scared. Emma can be really mean when she's angry. I didn't want to become her target. I understood that. It's okay. No, it's not. But thank you for saying so. Kelly told me more about what was happening. Emma was making everyone miserable. She fought with my parents constantly. Blamed everyone for her problems. Made the kids cry. Rick's doing better, Kelly continued. The kids are happier at my parents' house. They have their own rooms now. They're eating better. Sleeping better. Good, I said. And I meant it. Emma's been bad-mouthing you to everyone. Saying you're cruel and heartless. Shrugged. People who know me know the truth. Kelly smiled. That's a good attitude. I wish I was more like you. You know what's funny? Said. For years I wished I was more like Emma. Confident. Sure of herself. Taking what she wanted without guilt. And now I realize she's just selfish. There's a difference between confidence and cruelty. Kelly nodded. Rick wanted me to tell you something. He's been paying you back. Small amounts. He set up an automatic transfer. I checked my banking app. There it was. Small deposits every week. He didn't have to do that, I said. He wanted to. He says it helps him sleep better at night. We talked for another hour. Felt good. Like making a real friend instead of just being useful to someone. April brought my birthday. Usually my family made a big deal about birthdays. Dinner at a fancy restaurant. Presents. This year my phone was silent. No calls. No text. No cards. And you know what? I was okay with it. Better than okay. I took myself out for dinner. Ordered exactly what I wanted. Dessert too. I sat alone at a table by the window, watching people walk by outside. A couple passed holding hands. A mom pushed a stroller. Old man walked a tiny dog. Everyone had their own life, their own story. And mine was just beginning. When I got home there was a package at my door. Inside was a card from Rick's kids. They'd drawn pictures for me. "We miss you, Aunt Sarah," it said in crayon. Tears filled my eyes. Good tears. The kind that mean healing. I put the pictures on my refrigerator. These kids weren't my responsibility. But maybe someday we could have a relationship that wasn't about money. Just about love. May came fast. Flowers everywhere. Trees full and green. I got a promotion at work. More money. More responsibility. My boss called me into her office. "You've been different lately," she said. "More focused. Confident." "I feel different," I admitted. "Well, keep it up. You earned this promotion." That night, I celebrated by buying something I'd always wanted. A painting for my apartment. Something beautiful just for me. While hanging it, I thought about the old me. The one who would have spent that money on Emma's kids. Or her bills. Or whatever crisis she invented that week. That version of me felt like a stranger now. Someone I used to know but didn't really understand. Emma tried one more time to reach me. She created a new social media account and sent me a message. Long and rambling. "I'm sorry for what I said. I was stressed. You know how hard things were. Can we start over? The kids need their aunt." I read it twice. Looking for real remorse. Real understanding of what she'd done. It wasn't there. Just more excuses. I typed back. "You're not sorry for what you did. You're sorry you're facing consequences. There's a difference." I blocked the new account and deleted the message. Finally done. June brought summer heat. I started volunteering at a community center. Teaching art to kids who couldn't afford classes. It felt good to help people who actually appreciated it. Who said thank you and meant it. One little girl reminded me of Emma's daughter. Same age. Smile. But when I gave her supplies, she looked at me like I'd given her the moon. "Really? These are for me to keep?" "Really," I said. She hugged me tight. "Thank you, thank you, thank you." That's what gratitude looks like. Pure and simple. Not the fake kind. Not the entitled kind. The real thing. After class, the community center director pulled me aside. "The kids love you. Have you ever thought about teaching full-time?" "Maybe someday," I said. But the idea planted itself in my mind. Growing. July meant family reunion time. Every year, my extended family got together at the lake. Aunts, uncles, cousins. Everyone. I got an invitation in the mail. From my Aunt Linda. She'd written a note inside. "We heard what happened. Not everyone agrees with Emma. We'd love to see you." I stared at that invitation for days. Part of me wanted to go. To see who supported me. Who understood. But another part knew it would be messy. Complicated. In the end, I declined politely. Maybe next year. Maybe never. I didn't owe anyone my presence just because we shared blood. Instead, I spent that weekend with new friends from my art class. We drove to the beach. Laughed until our stomachs hurt. Watched the sunset. Nobody asked me for money. Nobody made me feel small. This was what friendship felt like. Light and easy. August brought news through Kelly. Emma had moved out of my parents' house. Got her own apartment. Small one. She was working 2 jobs now. No more designer purses. No more expensive vacations. She's changed, Kelly said over coffee. How? She's humbler. Quieter. I think losing everything made her realize some things. I didn't respond. I'm not saying you should forgive her, Kelly added quickly. Just thought you'd want to know. Thanks for telling me. But I didn't feel anything hearing about Emma. No satisfaction. No pity. Just nothing. She'd become a stranger to me. Someone from my past who didn't fit in my present. September arrived with cooler air. Fall coming again. A whole year since everything changed. I walked past a store selling Halloween decorations. Last year at this time I was planning Thanksgiving gifts for Emma's family. Stressing about making everyone happy. Now I was planning a trip to visit a college friend in another state. Just for fun. My therapist noticed the change. You're lighter, Dr. Sarah said. Like you're not carrying the world anymore. I'm not, I replied. I put it down. October brought crisp leaves and pumpkin spice everything. I carved a jack-o'-lantern for my apartment. Something I'd never done before because I was always too busy helping Emma. The simple act of scooping out pumpkin guts and cutting a silly face made me laugh. I sent a photo to Rick. He replied, "The kids would love that. Maybe when things settle more, you could show them how." Maybe, I wrote back. Not a promise. Not a commitment. Just a maybe. That felt right. Rick had kept his word. Small payments every week. He'd sent me an accounting of everything. Years of payments laid out. I'll never be able to pay it all back, he'd written. But I'll try. His honesty meant something. Not forgiveness exactly. But acknowledgement. Recognition that what happened was wrong. Sometimes that's enough. Mid-October I saw Emma in public. The grocery store. She was reading a cereal box label carefully. Probably checking prices. She looked different. Older. Less polished. Our eyes met across the aisle. For a moment we just stared at each other. Emma opened her mouth like she might say something. Then closed it. She put the cereal back and walked away quickly. I finished my shopping slowly. My hands stayed steady. My breathing normal. She couldn't hurt me anymore. I'd built walls strong enough to keep out her poison. At the checkout the cashier smiled. "Did you find everything okay?" "Yes," I said. And I meant it. I'd found more than groceries. I'd found peace. November came around again. The anniversary of that terrible Thanksgiving. I thought I might feel sad when the date approached. But I didn't. Felt grateful. That night at Emma's door was the worst moment of my life. But also the most important. Showed me the truth. Sometimes you need to lose everything to understand what actually matters. The week of Thanksgiving, Kelly invited me to her family's celebration. "No pressure," she said. "But Rick and the kids will be there. They ask about you." I thought about it for days. Finally I said yes. Not because I had to. 'Cause I wanted to. Thanksgiving Day arrived sunny and cold. I drove to Kelly's parents' house nervous. When I knocked, Rick answered. "Sarah." His smile was genuine. Warm. The kids ran up screaming my name. They hugged my legs tight. "Aunt Sarah, Aunt Sarah." Inside, Kelly's family welcomed me. No one asked about Emma. No one mentioned my parents. They just treated me like a person. Like someone who mattered. During dinner, Rick's youngest daughter sat next to me. "Are you still mad at Mommy?" she asked quietly. The table got quiet. Everyone watching. I chose my words carefully. "I'm not mad anymore. But things are different now. And that's okay." She nodded like that made sense. "Daddy says you're very strong. Your daddy's pretty strong too." Rick's eyes got wet. He mouthed thank you across the table. After dinner the kids showed me their rooms. Their toys. Their school projects. They were happy. Really happy. Adjusted and healthy and loved. "We like living here better," the oldest one whispered. "Daddy doesn't yell anymore. And Grandma makes good pancakes." "I'm glad you're happy," I said. Driving home that night I felt full. Not from food. From something else. Connection. Real connection with people who valued me. December approached fast. Christmas decorations went up everywhere. Last year those decorations made me cry. This year they just looked pretty. My apartment felt cozy with my own small tree. Lights twinkling. Ornaments I'd chosen myself. I bought presents for Rick's kids. Not expensive things. Just thoughtful ones. Art supplies. Things that showed I knew them as people. On Christmas Eve, I delivered them to Kelly's house. The kids opened them immediately, ignoring the rule about waiting. "These are perfect," they shouted. Rick pulled me aside. "You didn't have to do this." "I wanted to. There's a difference." He understood. "Emma sent them gifts too. Through the mail. The kids haven't opened them yet." "That's between you and them," I said. "I'm not part of that anymore." "I know. And that's okay." We stood there in comfortable silence. Two people who'd survived the same storm. Different boats but the same rough water. Christmas Day, I woke up alone in my apartment. But I didn't feel lonely. I made coffee and sat by my tree. Peaceful. Content. My phone buzzed. Text from my mom. First contact in over a year. "Merry Christmas, Sarah. We miss you." I stared at those words for a long time, looking for the hidden meaning, the request that would come next. But maybe there wasn't one. Maybe it was just what it said. I typed back. "Merry Christmas." Nothing more. Nothing less. That felt right. Not forgiveness. Not reconciliation. Just acknowledgement that they existed. That was all I could offer right now. Maybe someday there'd be more. Or maybe there wouldn't. Either way I'd be okay. Because I'd learned the most important lesson. You can't make people value you. But you can value yourself. And once you do that, everything changes. New Year's Eve came quietly. I went to a party with friends from my art class. We laughed and told stories and watched fireworks at midnight. When the clock struck 12, everyone hugged and cheered. "New year, new beginnings," someone shouted. But I didn't need a new beginning. I'd already begun last November. When I said no. When I chose myself. That was my real new year. January brought cold winds and fresh snow. I started planning a big trip. Somewhere I'd always wanted to go but never could afford because I was too busy funding Emma's life. Paris. I'd always dreamed of seeing the Eiffel Tower. Walking along the river. Eating real French bread. So I booked it. Whole week. Just for me. When I told Dr. Sarah, she clapped. "I'm so proud of you." "It's just a vacation," I said. "No," she replied. "It's proof that you've healed." She was right. The old me would have felt guilty spending money on myself. The new me felt excited. February 14th. Valentine's Day. Usually a sad day for me. No partner. No romance. Just reminders of being alone. But this year I bought myself flowers. Big beautiful roses. Put them in a vase on my table. Took myself to see a movie I wanted to watch. Ate a whole box of chocolates without sharing. Loved myself loudly and proudly. That night Kelly called. "Emma asked about you today." "Oh." "She wanted to know if you were happy." Thought about it. "What did you tell her?" "That you seem really happy." She cried. I didn't feel good hearing that. But I didn't feel bad either. "Emma's in therapy now," Kelly continued. "She's working on herself. Trying to understand why she treated people so badly." "That's good," I said. And I meant it. Not because I wanted her back in my life. But because everyone deserves a chance to grow. Even people who hurt us. March brought my Paris trip. 1 week of magic. The Eiffel Tower sparkled at night. The bread tasted like heaven. I walked for hours through museums and streets. Met people from all over the world. Spoke broken French and laughed at my mistakes. On my last night, I sat at a cafe watching the sunset. An older woman at the next table smiled at me. "You look happy," she said in accented English. "I am," I replied. "First time in Paris." "Yes. What brought you here?" I thought about how to answer. I gave myself permission to be happy. She nodded like that made perfect sense. That's the best reason. Flying home I felt different. Bigger somehow. Like I'd expanded beyond the small box I'd been living in. My apartment welcomed me back. My little space. My safe place. The place I'd built after burning down the old life. April brought surprises. My dad called. Actually called, not texted. "Can we talk?" he asked. His voice sounded old. Shaky. "Okay." We met at a park. Neutral ground. He looked smaller than I remembered. Gray hair. Tired eyes. "Your mother and I separated," he said. I wasn't shocked. "When?" "2 months ago. I'm living in an apartment across town." "Why?" He sighed. "Because I finally saw what I'd been refusing to see. How we treated you. How we enabled Emma. I was a coward. I didn't argue. I don't expect forgiveness," he continued. "I just wanted you to know I'm sorry. Really, truly sorry. You deserved better from us." Tears ran down his face. Real tears. Not manipulation. Just regret. "Thank you for saying that," I said quietly. "Does it change anything?" I considered the question honestly. "I don't know yet. Maybe someday." He nodded. "That's fair. More than fair." We sat in silence watching birds hop across the grass. "Emma's doing better," Dad said. "Rick told me. She asks about you sometimes. Wonders if you're okay." "I am okay. Better than okay." "Good. You deserve to be happy, Sarah. I should have told you that more." We talked for another hour. Not fixing anything. Just talking. When we parted, he hugged me. Brief but genuine. "I'm proud of you," he whispered. I didn't say anything back. But I didn't pull away either. Small steps. That's all healing is. Tiny steps forward. May brought warm sunshine and flowers everywhere. I walked through the park after work, feeling the breeze on my face. My phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer. But something made me pick up. "Hello. Sarah. It's Emma." My stomach tightened. But I didn't hang up. "What do you want?" I wanted to say I'm sorry. Really sorry. Not because I want anything. Just because you deserve to hear it. I listened to her breathe on the other end. "I was cruel to you. For years. I used you and treated you like you didn't matter. And that night at Thanksgiving. Calling you a loser. That was the worst thing I've ever done." Her voice cracked. "I don't expect you to forgive me. I don't deserve it. But I needed you to know that I see it now. I see everything I did wrong. And I'm so sorry." Closed my eyes. Feeling the sun on my face. The wind in my hair. "Thank you for saying that," I said finally. "Does this mean we can?" "No," I interrupted gently. "This doesn't mean we go back to how things were. That version of us is gone." She was quiet. Then, "I understand. Maybe someday we can build something new. Something healthier. But not now. I'm not ready." "Okay," she whispered. "I'll wait. However long it takes." We hung up. I sat on a bench watching kids play on swings. Laughing. Free. I thought about the woman I used to be. The one who gave everything hoping for love. She was gone now. In her place was someone stronger. Someone who knew her worth. Someone who understood that the best revenge isn't cruelty. It's living well. It's choosing yourself when everyone else chose to use you. It's building a life so beautiful that you don't need their approval anymore. The sun set slowly, painting the sky orange and pink. I smiled at the colors. The beauty. At the peace I'd fought so hard to find. And as I walked home, I realized something important. I didn't need them to see my worth. I'd already seen it myself. And that made all the difference.